Okay, so your mission, should you choose to accept it, is to look up the electric hair salon website and book an appointment after you send this review that they sponsored.
There cannot be peace without first a great suffering. The greater the suffering, the greater the peace. The end you've always feared is coming. It's coming. And the blood will be on your hands.
So first of all, I'm going to absolutely apologise because I'm doing this review today a little bit tipsy, okay? After seeing Mission Impossible Fallout, I went to a press night for a show and had Desperados, Souls, wine and Jack Daniels and Coke. So I'm not feeling 100% right now. It's nearly 5 o'clock in the morning, so that's how late it is, or early it is. So basically, I'm not sure I can bring you the synopsis of this film right now. If you want to know the synopsis, I think it's best you look it up yourself. I think it's too much for me to say at the moment. But what I liked about this Mission Impossible was I really liked it. It had this really 1960s nostalgia to it. It's obviously like a fallout or fallback, whatever you want to call it, to the 60s TV show. But the opening credits of this film, I think they were the best ones they've ever done in the Mission Impossible series so far. Did that come out okay? I'm really slurring my words, I'm so sorry. My personal opinion of the film so far is I think it's kind of like I liked the cinematography and the lighting for this film. It's probably the best they've had it in the Mission Impossible film so far. It's going to be really difficult to explain when I've actually had a few drinks, but if you look at most of the shots in the film, most shots are quite dark, but there's always some kind of like light, like it's either daylight from a window or like a light or a lamp behind the subject who's talking, and that lighting continues through the whole film. I don't know if it's the director of photography's trademark, I don't know. But if you look, this is one thing that really for me stood out in terms of lighting. It seemed that every single shot had some kind of backlight, whether it be daylight or a little lamp or a little light just up on the wall behind them. If now I've said it, you'll probably notice it if you see it. So for me that stood out. I think that's just like, it looks impressive. I think in terms of lighting, visually, it's separated this film from the other Mission Impossible films, definitely for sure. I also found that, I think the other thing was quite cool was I think the producer wrote it and directed it as well. He gave a lot of very, very new style shots. I was very impressed by some of the chase scenes in Paris. There was like some visually stunning stuff that you've never even seen before in movies before. There was like a skydive sequence that was really impressive. Again, it's like you hadn't seen that sort of thing before. But going back to the Paris stuff, I think there was definitely an homage to the French Connection, where they basically had a little car chase underneath a railway line in Paris, and that is so similar to the French Connection. So I think either the director or the director of photography is going to have to take some credit for that, because they're both very, very impressive. Again, I'm sorry if I'm slurring my words. I'm having trouble staying awake. I'm having trouble talking. So yeah, my favourite parts of this was that great shot composition. I actually felt it was kind of like some kind of it was a Mission Impossible film to prove that Ethan Hawke, he's an actor, isn't he? Ethan Hunt's the character that Tom Cruise plays. It felt like this was a film to make this character come off as a good person, which he did really well. It's almost like, I guess it was kind of like just trying to, if you take just one thing from this film review, is that you never ever do a film review when you're drunk. But I think to summarise, I know I've gone on about the lighting. I'm probably forgetting a ton of things here because of my state of mind at the moment, but I think, well, basically the film, I don't really feel I need to say much, because I went into like the third or fourth screening of the day at the Odeon, and the cinema was packed, absolutely swamped full of people, right? So people are going to see this. I'm not trying to get people to see this or anything, because people are going to go and see this film, whatever, all right? So I've kind of forgotten the point I was getting to with this. So Tom Cruise is likeable. There's a lot of people in the cinema. Oh yeah, so basically, yeah, it's basically there's a lot of people going to see this film. People going to see this film, whatever. So it doesn't really matter what I'm going to say. The best thing I can do is give you a summary. It's very relentless. It's very action packed. The most unfortunate thing about it is that it's 2 hours and 20 minutes long, and unfortunately, it feels like it. That's my only criticism of it. After about the first hour and a half, you start feeling that your bum hurts, and it starts feeling a bit long. I think it's too long. I think it's like 2 hours and 20 minutes. It's quite a long film. I wasn't drunk then either. I was just sober. Loved being sober. Yeah. I felt the pace of the film was going okay, but then it's sort of like just when it hit about like 2/3 into the film, that's when it sort of like it just felt like it was just taking too long at that point. But the finale is worth watching. It's great. Helicopters, cliffhangers, literally, yeah. Oh, gone through my nose. I don't think I missed anything. Nope, just need some sleep and lots of water.
What's done is done when we say it's done.
Showtime.
Oh my God.